So I guess the subject of this one is better days are coming. It's amazing how many songs just seem to fit right into the sobriety journey. And for me, I was at a really low point almost a year ago now. It would have been in February. So about 11 or so months ago, I was, struggling, running my pizza shop, drinking every week, even though I'd vowed it's going to be the last week, would bleed into the next one. And it was just so easy to say, all right, one more week. And one more day, then one more week. And, I typically would try to stop on Mondays and Tuesdays because when we were closed. So I went to house sit at my parents when they were out of town. Had no intention of drinking. I'd actually drank the night before at the pizza shop. It's funny, my sober community was starting up a special course called the Sober Life that required you had over a year of sobriety. And someone was talking about it on a call and said they had just signed up and inspired me. And I said, well, I've had 1.3 years. At the time I was tipsy that night. So yeah, what did I said, but I've had over a year, so I can fake it and maybe it'll get me sober. So what did I do but sign up for the course? Almost $2,000. And what did I do when I woke up the next day and realized I wasn't going to be faking it? I had to send an email to support and they very kindly refund my money, but still think that's pretty funny that I signed up for something like that requiring over a year when I was actively drinking. So anyway, that day that I canceled, I drove to my parents' house. No intention of drinking, but they do have a pretty well-stocked liquor cabinet. And ultimately that day, partially for being lonely and thinking I was going to be productive on my computer, I ended up drinking pretty heavily. Guess what? Did absolutely nothing for me. When I go there, I really enjoy cooking up a good meal and just lying on the couch, doing some reading, etc. Well, I couldn't do any of that. I was just slave from my computer, drunk, useless, and woke up the next day incredibly disappointed with myself. And I went for a run that day. And, I should say, no, I take it back. That morning, I met a friend from high school, met her at a coffee shop. Didn't drink then met a fellow pizza owner just to go look at his shop and talk to him. And I'll tell you, once that voice is active, apparently I'd brought some with me, and I started drinking just to see this guy and to talk to him at his pizza shop. Unbelievable. Probably 11 o'clock in the morning. And I was feeling good, too, coming off meeting an old friend at a coffee shop. But it all went downhill from there. I remember talking to my coach that afternoon. She said, Brian, have you been drinking? And I said, no, Hope, absolutely not. But of course I had, and I'm sure she knew. And I continued to drink into the night. Another completely wasted day. And I woke up that next day completely pissed at myself. And I went for a run, and I said, something's got to change. And I came back. I got on a noon sobriety call. I hadn't been sharing in over a week. And it was because I knew I was at such a low point. I knew I couldn't even open my mouth without crying. And you know what? Something made me do it that day. And I opened it up and I just started bawling. But I made it through the share. I declared my day one, which I had not been doing. But I said, that's it. I'm going to start declaring a day count. Declared my day one. Showed up on a call the next morning and declared my day two. And I somehow had the courage to sing the song Rise Up by Andra. And, a little bit of that I said, and I might have, sang it, but I said, it's so perfect for this. I said, you're broken down and tired of living life in a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we're going to walk it out and move mountains. We're going to walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up. I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up and do it 1,000 times again. I'll rise up high like the waves. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I'll rise up and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I declared that on the call. And that couldn't be more perfect for our struggle because we do rise 1,000 times. It takes what it takes. And from there, I continued my day count for a little bit. Fortunately, I slipped again, but it was less than a month later where I declared my final day two. Didn't even know I was ready to do it on what would have been the day one. I was on a call that morning, but I wasn't ready. But I declared my day two, but I know I'm going on 9+ months. So, another song I just want to reference regarding better days ahead. And now I'm, intoxicated on life, living high as a kite, loving life, got the sober spring in my step. And, so it reminded me of another song by Dermot Kennedy, Better Days. And it says, better days are coming. If no one told you, I hate to hear you crying over the phone, dear. For 7 years running, You've been a soldier, but better days are coming. Better days are coming for you. I know you've been hurting, waiting on a train that just won't come. The rain, it ain't permanent, and soon we'll be dancing in the sun. We'll be dancing in the sun, and we'll sing your song together, and we'll sing your song together. Your story's gonna change. Just wait for better days. You've seen too much of pain. Now you don't even know that your story's gonna change. Just wait for better days. I promise you I won't let go. And that's another song that I really clung to, and now it couldn't be more true. Right down to almost the 7 years. You know, for me, it's been 6 years. I quit for 3.5 and tried to drink normally again, and it's been a 6-year, struggle since. But my better days have come, and your better days can come too. And you just got to be patient and just keep showing up. For every day one you declare, it's either going to be your last or get you one closer to your last. You will rise up. You'll rise up 1,000 times again. You'll do it 1,000 times again. As long as you do the work, keep coming, you will get sober for life, and you will see better days. That's going to do it. As always, please like, share, subscribe, and remember, stronger, sober. Thanks.